this camera's definitely better quality than the other one. I expected, honestly, way better quality than I'm getting. But hey, it's kinda decent. I wonder if holding it up closer helps at all either. Oops. Do I do something like this? It's got like a weird thing going on with it, but it looks decent. As some of you can tell, I do have the Dark Souls 2 thing going on right now. Yeah. Should probably honestly open up this file. Let's go new folder. Oops, that's not what I want. New folder. Souls RPG. Nice. And then we need a new Google Doc in here. DSRPG. There we go. Get a new sheet. And last but not least, this pretty nice. Setup. Yeah. Well, it's a lot better. It's got a really bad delay on the camera part. Whereas I think the other one was definitely a lot better. I can't remember though. One thing I do know is we left off on this page. Gosh. I might send this camera back. I really want to know why it has a big delay. I wonder if it's the port I plugged into, maybe. It's not bad thinking. Let me try plugging this to a different port. different? Really nothing. From where it was before. However, now my controller is working. Oh, well, that's probably because the camera's also not working. There we go. Does it look any different? Not really, but I'm also looking at the wrong one. I can't tell if it's actually better or if, I mean, I can actually read the text. Let's see here. Configure video. Let's see. Let's play with the sharpness again. Oh, yeah. No, it's way better. So apparently the Type-C plug that's in my computer is not actually good. So it wasn't the camera, it was the plug I was trying to use. Oh my god, it's so clear. Where's my phone at? Hold on. It still has a bad delay on it, but that's fine. This looks great. Keep it on 60. How's that look from the phone's perspective? Settings, quality, advanced, 1080p 60. I gotta wait for it to update on my phone. There it goes. Oh my gosh, you guys can actually read! Okay, let's see what I can do to make this better for you guys. So, let's do the backlight. Oh my god, that made it so much better. White balance is automatic, gamma. 5 looks good. Sharpness at 42 is pretty solid. Saturation. Hue is automatic. Contrast. Nope, keep that at 50. Brightness. Now let's zoom out. Oh my god. It's fucking gorgeous. Oh, it's so beautiful. Look at it. Highest FPS, video format, color space, color range, buffering, auto detect. Buffering, fuck with it. Yes, it did. Put it back on enable. Nar. Nar, it changed my settings. How could this happen to me? Oh, it's got a little fuzzy on it now. Whatever I did, I caused it to go fuzzy. It looked better just a minute ago. Why does hitting configure video set my shit to the default? Well, I think I put it back to where it was. Well, hey, the new camera works. Good news. You guys can actually read. And I'm sure if I go to my actual settings, I could fuck with it. And make it so that excuse me. Question is, how would I change that? I probably have to go to something else, but let's stop worrying about that. In fact, let's turn up the brightness a little bit more on this. I think that's max. Oh, how does it look? It's a little dim, but it looks perfectly fine. I like it. I think it looks great. Beautiful. I think we're good to start. Get nice and comfy, as you do. And we'll go ahead and continue where we left off. It's tripping me out seeing how bad the quality is on my secondary monitor, but my main monitor shows exactly how it should look. So just gotta remember that that doesn't work quite right. Alright, let's see here. Oh look, Harry feature that I was talking about before. Wow, that is really dark. And the sharpness causes this weird effect. Again, I'm looking at the wrong one. Oh, okay, it's not actually that bad. I should probably just leave it up on the main monitor because every time I look at it, I get confused. Let's put sharpness a little bit. No, like 32 looked really good at first, but the more I play with it, the more that looks better. I'm just flashbanging you guys right now. I'm sure you guys are just absolutely loving that. Oh, no. Stop playing with it because it's good. Should be focusing on. It's a hand. So, we left off on this page, which. So now you guys can actually read how bad my handwriting is when I'm scribbling it down instead of trying to make it look nice. But good news is it's not like I'm taking pictures of these notes and uploading them. I'm just writing these notes and then typing them later. Which is a lot better for you guys, to say the least. Okay. Let's see here. So, two-weapon fighting. When you take the attack action and attack with a light melee weapon that you are holding in one hand, you can use a bonus action to attack with a different light melee weapon, blah 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 blah, shoving creatures. So parry, readying yourself to intercept and turn aside your opponent's blow is a vital part of surviving combat. You can use your reaction to increase your AC by +2 against one melee attack that would hit you. One melee attack that would hit you. So it still does work for the thing. And let's see what I wrote down for the parry, because I did change a little bit right here. So the ability to Dark Souls parry. As an action, ready a parry against an enemy. AC bonus based on shield or weapon, which is fair because I think some of the shields and some of the actual like parrying daggers should have different bonuses, especially the katanas. Some of them have parrying attacks as well. Opponent has to roll under 11 and miss the attack. Player has to announce when they use parry on a specific attack. Getting parried allows for an attack at advantage and a melee crit attack. Under 11 and it has to hit. So basically it'd be like failing a death save is what my thought was. Which, I mean, 1 through 10, that does give you a 50% chance of actually parrying the target, assuming they still miss their attack roll regardless. However, show you real quick things like oh shit, I just lost my page. Ah, there it is. I just had the katanas. Where'd they go? There they are. So, Uchigatana. Spend 5 position after a successful attack to increase your AC for your next turn by +3. And so, it doesn't make quite as much sense with noting the fact that, let me just grab something to make my left screen darker. Well, that actually didn't do anything because that I'll do. Anyways, I can actually still read things, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, with the Uchigatana having that thing where it can, you know, parry, it doesn't make much sense. Spend 5 position after making a successful attack to increase your AC for the next turn by +3. And it should just do the parry action instead, and probably not cost any position, since you're readying an action to do it. So again, when we come back to the weapons, we can change stuff like that. However, you know, this would be a great example of taking the parry action instead of increasing by +2, it actually increased by +3. And once again, you know, if they fail to meet your AC with a 10 or under, then they get parried. And, you know, that's a 50-50 chance when it comes to the basic enemies. So, I feel like that makes sense. And based on what we wrote, it's still pretty valid. And the, you know, basic would be the +2 like I mentioned. So, or I didn't mention that, but that's the basics of it. So, you know, all the normal shields, like, let's see if I can find a normal shield here. I gotta actually find a shield I'm familiar with. The plank shield, I don't even think actually does anything. Let's see. When using a plank shield, you gain +2 position at the start of every combat. If an enemy ever scores a critical hit against you, the plank shield is broken and cannot be repaired. That's interesting. Alright, let's see. What I'm trying to find is the Knight Shield, because the Knight Shield has the parry, of course. And let's see. How did I miss it? Am I blind? It's not the Kite Shield, is it? Oh, it's right here. It was right next to it. I'm just dumb. When using the Knight Shield once per short rest, you may spend 2 position to increase your AC by +4 for 1 round. So that would be a great example where, you know, instead of forcing them to take a short rest, spend position to do that, make it so their standard action parry with that shield gives them a +4 to their AC. And maybe instead of it being rolling an 11 and under, what if they make it so if you miss their AC by 10? Which, let's do some calculations. Assuming the knight has, so what is the knight shield? So it's a +2 to AC. We have a +2 to AC. And then we need the armor next, which the armors are over here. The armors are right before the shields. Oh, okay. So we gotta find the knight's armor, which maybe this is alphabetical and I'm just dumb. It is alphabetical and I'm just dumb. Wait. Yeah, right here. I'm just dumb. So AC is 15. 15 plus 2, so it's 17. And that would be all their AC bonuses. It's just those 2 items. So now let's come over to just a hollow. It's going to be... Let's see here. Oops, I went too far, didn't I? Am I stupid? Oh, yeah, I am. That's beasts. So I gotta get to the hollow page, which is gonna be right here. So the hollow has an attack bonus of what? +3, and the light crossbow is +4. And that's based on... How does their crossbow have a +4 to hit when they have a -2 dexterity? I'm guessing the light crossbow has better dexterity than the normal hollows, of course. Excuse me. So yeah, only a +3. That's nothing. +3 is trash. So that would mean that with your AC, so if you had to roll 10 under their attack, you know, let's say their AC is 15. If you rolled an attack of 5, that's under, you know, that's 10 under 15. That would be your parry. So with his being 17, they would have to roll. What would that be? I'm having a dumb brain moment. 4. They would have to roll a 4, and with a +3, that would just be a natural 1 at that point. Now, using the parry with that shield in particular would give a +4. So you add another 4 to that. And they're... Wait, why was I doing math? Oh, sorry, 17 minus 3 was 4. So they'd have to roll under a 4 to get parried. And then now you increase that by 4, now it's 8. And this is assuming the knight... Well, the dexterity bonus won't matter with knight armor because it doesn't use dex bonus. But, yeah, so now it's an 8 and under. Which is definitely a lot harder to roll. And that seems pretty fair. So a shield that adds +4 to your AC when parrying, when it already gives a +2. So your AC would be 17, then +4, which would make it 21. So assuming he has no attack bonus, right, he would have to roll an 11 or under, being that he has a +3 to his hit on his attacks. It changes from 11 to 8. And... Jeez. Anything on a die of 8 and under. It's not a 50% chance, but it's definitely pretty close. And I think there was skeleton with a +4 to hit. So that's a 7. I don't even think the bosses would be a worry. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this guy has a +8 to hit. So at 21 AC, minus 8, or minus 10, first off 11, and then minus 8, that's 3. You'd have to roll a 3 or under to get parried as Judex Gundyr. And obviously, if you had tankier armor like Havel's armor, which gives, I think, like a 20 AC, and then you had a shield that's way stronger than the normal shield. Let's see what kind of shield we can find in here that it has to be either a standard or a... I guess you could make the parry double on a standard, or all shields could just be a 4. I mean, what's the buckler say? I think it's the buckler that's like the parrying shield, is it not? An additional reaction? That makes no sense. I think it's usually the buckler people use when they're parrying, because it has the highest parry frames. That, or it's the target shield. When using the target shield the first time during a combat you would suffer damage, you may instead spend 2 position to make a parry reaction. Yeah, the target shield's the one that everyone uses, I think. And it just makes it... I mean, that's a pretty good feat. And then if you made all shields that would normally have the parry feature, or if it has a no skill, just automatically give it the parry feature, all shields should have a +4 to parry. Parrying daggers could have like a +3 maybe. It's hard to say. Can great shields even have parry? I don't think great shields can have parry. Ooh, sheesh. When using Havel's Great Shield, once per long rest, you may spend 3 position to add +6 to your strength score until the start of your next turn. Jeez. That's kind of cracked, I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, let's go back and look at some armor. I know we're kind of getting off topic here looking at stuff, but I see a 16 AC, I see another 16. You got Smo's armor, which is a boss armor set for 20. Ring of Knight for 16. 16 seems to be the pretty safe number I'm seeing here. Here you go, you got Morn's armor for 18. You know, starting off, it would be pretty good. And rolling 10 and under would be fair for what you're asking, putting an enemy in a position where they can just get uh, insta critted, you know. I forget how you say it, Pathfinder, but what's it called? Like a Kusara. I can't even remember what it's called actually. But man, I don't know why I can't think of what it's called. That's basically what it would do. And it does say on the Hollows sheet itself, which is pretty interesting here. Let's see if I can find it again. I forget, is Hollow part of Undead? I'm pretty sure they are. Yeah, right here. Weakness to backstab. Hollows treat any successful attack from a creature they cannot see or are surprised by as a critical hit. And I mean that. Actually, that does just make sense for the Hollows specifically. And it's really only the Hollow that has that, making it easier to take them down. But parrying definitely would do something like that. Let's see. So instead of rolling a 10 and under and missing, because that can be pretty easy with some of these, especially when you get your AC to tank. So let's say 21, right? If they only have a +3 to hit, then that would definitely make it so they have to roll a 10 and under. Whereas this would make it an 8. So instead of rolling under 11 and missing an attack, it would be... This pen's so fucking nice, I can just erase. Let's see here. Opponent has to roll... 10. Under your AC to be. Opponent has to roll 10 under your AC to be parried. It's gonna go off the page a little bit, but that's fine. It's whatever. I feel like that's relatively fair. Because 5 would make it just too easy. 5 under your AC, especially using a shield. Yeah, that would just make it way too easy at that point. And then let's move on to the next thing. So, now that we've covered parrying, looks like a grappling, which is, I mean, that's pretty normal. It's nothing new. And then there's the 5e rule for grappling compared to Pathfinder's CMB versus CMD. Let's see, defense cover. Target with half cover gains +2 bonus to AC. Target with 3/4 is +5. You can't attack people that are in full cover. Bloodied conditions. Taking damage changes the behavior of those engaged in combat. As anyone who has played Dark Souls knows, different stages of a big fight triggers different moves, different attacks, and different tactics. And this is simulated using the Bloodied rules. Bloodied condition pertains when a player character creature starting position pool is equal. Wait, that's not right. Bloodied condition pertains when a player character or creature's starting position pool is equal to or beneath half their total, rounded down. For example, a player character with a starting position pool of 50 becomes blooded. So it is talking about temporary position. They are down to 25 position. A creature with 150 position becomes bloodied when its pool reaches 75. The number at which a player character or creature becomes... sorry, I got distracted by... I don't even know what. Where was I? A creature character can only become bloodied in combat if their base position is reduced to equal or beneath half the total outside of combat. The bloody condition does not apply. The effect of becoming bloodied different for each player character's class and each creature. Some creatures become even more deadly, otherwise weaken. Each bloodied effect is different. If a player character or creature is healed and their position goes back above their bloodied value, the player character or creature is no longer considered bloodied. Bloodied abilities or bonuses only apply when a player character or creature is bloodied. Once that player character has exceeded their bloodied value, they can no longer... Oh, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we get it. Now we got damage types. So, different attack damage spells, other harmful effects deal different types of damage. Damage types have no rules of their own, but other rules such as damage resistance rely on the types of damage types that are below, with the example of the help of the GM assign a damage type to a new effect. You have acid, lightning, bludgeoning. I used to say blun with an N before the G, or the D, sorry. I'd always get made fun of. It's like, so you're the one who started saying bludgeoning. That's how I've always heard it. I don't know why, but bludgeoning, necrotic, cold, piercing, fire, poison, force, radiant. So there is radiant. It just doesn't say that it does radiant. It says it does force for some reason. Slashing and thunder. Damage, resistance, vulnerability, basic rule, dropping to 0 position. When you drop to 0 position, you are dead, killed. It's over until you wake up at a bonfire a little while later. When a player character dies, they lose all their collected souls, but when they awaken and restore to full position and all their abilities are once again ready to use... Determining the nearest bonfire is based on the area the player characters are currently exploring. If player characters have not visited or rested at a bonfire, it can still be used as the closest bonfire for purpose of awakening after being killed. No. Absolutely not. That makes no sense that you would just give the players a free bonfire. You need to get to it. So, respawning at bonfire. What is wrong with me? Oh my gosh, I can't believe how bad I spell bonfire. Jeez. That was so bad. Wake up, Talon, wake up. Respawning at bonfire. You will respawn at last. Not visited, but rested. Actually, no, not rested. It would be visited. Visited. I'm here to throw your stream off track. You will make no progress as long as I'm here. Oh no, bro. You will respawn at last visited bonfire. So we just went over the rule for parrying, as on this page it has the actual parry rule. So although it just gives you a flat +2 to AC, depending on what weapon you're wielding, it'll actually give you a better advantage. So the melee weapons would give you a +3, and the shields would give you a +4. And then right now, just talking about whenever you die, it says here that you'll be, whenever you die, I love parrying, yeah. And it should be a mechanic, which I just actually went over that again, and I'll tell you about that here in a second. But so in here it says that you would just respawn at the nearest bonfire even if you haven't been there yet, and I was like, that's stupid, that makes no sense. Also, did you notice the new camera? You can actually read. And I have this little remote control that can make me do things like this. doing that weird blurry thing again. But I'm sure that's parries your nuke. That is stupid. I know exactly what you're referencing to. But let's see here. If more than half a party of player characters are killed, they have failed. The whole party must respawn at the nearest bonfire and all the party lose their souls. No, that should not be how that works. That is a dumb rule. This is so nice. I can zoom in and you can read what I'm reading. Isn't that so nice? Yeah, I do apologize for like the weird double effect. I don't know if that has to do with the fact that this camera has FOV features on it. I tried turning up the sharpness and that kind of helped. But it seems like it's doing a weird thing again. Let me try and actually figure video. So these are the default settings. It gets really foggy like this. So I take the backlight comp and I drop that down. I take gamma and max it out and bring some brightness in there. The sharpness I change to 42. What happens if I change it again? 42 seems to look good. If you go too far, it does this weird buzz effect. So I'll just leave it at 42 now. Brightness maxed out. Looks pretty good overall. It is weird that it's doing that effect. I think it's because the sharpness is trying to overcompensate. So it causes multiple lines to occur. Just really not sure how to fix it. I might have just flashbanged you. I apologize. There's also a delay in the camera itself, which kind of sucks. These ladies. Even the law book has many flaws. Goes to show how complicated D&D is. Well, part of the reason why this book has so many flaws in it is you're taking a company, Steamforged Games, who is not the owner of Dark Souls. They probably have never played Dark Souls. And people who do not do D&D stuff. Steamforged Games do board games and strictly video game board games. That's kind of their whole thing. So when they decided to make the D&D books, I don't even know if they know how to play D&D, as a lot of the rules kind of just get taken from the 5th edition Player's Hand guidebook, and then they just throw it in here. So, I mean, they should have done such a better job. The good news is, I get to use this as a tool, and because I, as far as I know, I'm the only one who's trying to make this work. I am going through the whole book and trying to fix it, and then release it to the public so that they can enjoy, because I want to listen to more D&D live streams. That's what you're doing, huh? Quite you. For further rules on respawning, see page 85, and I think that was the hollowing table, was it not? Hold on, I'll zoom out here in just a second. Page 85 talks about short rest, long rest, and bonfires, character deaths, and bonfires, so it wasn't anything important. Anyways, so let's talk about parrying. Alright, zoom back out. Oh, there it was. Sweet. So let's talk about parrying. So here's the rule I did for parrying. So I was kind of right the first time, however, I made it a little bit more, I made it harder to be parried, if that makes sense. So the ability to Dark Souls parry. As an action, ready a parry against an enemy. AC bonus based on shield or weapon. Opponent has to roll 10 under your AC to be parried. And after doing some math, Knight's armor is a 15 AC with no dex bonus. The Knight shield is a +2, and then the parry action with a shield is a +4. That brings your AC to 21. 10 under 21 is 11. So now you have to roll an attack roll of 11 under. And then on top of that, if you add the Hollow's attack bonus, which is a +3, you take 11 and it turns to 8. So if the GM or DM, whatever you want to call him, rolls an 8 or under on the die as a hollow against a player, a knight specifically, using the parry action with a shield, you as the hollow would get parried. Cries. It's not as overpowered as rolling 10 and under and missing an attack causes a parry, but it at least prevents bosses from being parried all the time when they roll like twos and, well, not twos, but when they roll like fives and sixes because their attack bonuses are so high. I think Gundyr had like a +8 to hit, so 11 minus 8 is 3. So you'd have to roll a 1, 2, or a 3 when attacking a target that's parrying to actually parry them. And, you know, the chances of rolling a 1, 2, or 3 on a 20 die is crazy. Bro, if I play D&D, I want to play super oversimplified version. Need to ease into this junk. That's what's kind of nice about Plague World is it's not like magic and shit, but at the same time it's overcomplicated to host because you're basically making a whole new system with new monsters and such. But I mean, I'm already doing it, so who cares? 5th edition luckily is oversimplified. Like all that math I just did, that's math for the DM to pretty much do for you. When it comes to 5th edition, you know, if something is hindering your foe from being able to properly defend, and it gives you advantage, instead of like calculating +4 onto your already existing modifiers, you just roll 2d20s plus your attack bonus, and it's just straight simple. And you know, let's say you have a proficient weapon, your proficiency bonus is +4, and then your strength is +3, so that's +7. So you would just roll 2d20s and see which number is the highest out of the two, +7, and that's all you'd have to do. And it's just that easy, simplified. If I make a system, it's gonna be stupid. It's hard. You have to know how D&D works, but there's a lot of things in Pathfinder, which is the system I like using, that can make it so it's a numbers game instead of a dice game. But 5e is mainly about rolling at advantage or disadvantage. So I was quite surprised to find out a lot of people never thought of, or most of the people I talk to in person about it or online. If you have somebody who's at disadvantage and advantage, let them roll all 3 d20s and then pick the middle number, because it would just be funny that way. Which normally, if you have advantage and disadvantage, it just cancels out and you just still roll 1 die. But I think rolling 3 die is fun because you're rolling more dice. Excuse me. Yeah, I definitely have to find a day where me and my players can't do session, and then see if I can set it up with you and the other 2, if I remember correctly. And the 3 of you could all do a Dark Souls thing. And oh, hey, being that you can actually see my screen, hold on 1 second, let me go to the RPG Scribe screen. Brightness down to about there. So if I head over to Dark Souls, I've got, you can ignore that, but I've already got some template characters here: a knight, a pyromancer, a cleric, and a thief. And then obviously going over to the database, which, sorry, there is a delay, like 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. You'll notice there's like a second delay between my hands, but I go to classes, jump to custom, and then there's all my Dark Souls classes, and then that's Plague World, the freaks are, so you ignore that one, but there's all of them. And whenever I get to the page, which, let me see how close I am to getting to that page. Oh, wait. Just kidding. That was like all the way back to the start. I'm gonna be too scared, man. I'm really scared. We'll have so much fun. You just have to trust me. But yeah, one day, like during the session 0, we could all jump into a Discord, and I could just go over what every, class is capable of. because you got the knight, you got the mercenary, and you know I can break it down as easy as the knight is the strength tank, mercenary is a dexterity fighter. So you have tank fighter, you have dexterity fighter, you have the assassin, which is rogue. Basically, they do sneak attack damage, so they use daggers. You have the warrior, which he's the barbarian of the group. You have thief, which is the ranger, uses bows. And then herald is a spear. It's like a half fighter caster. So think of the paladin. Um, the herald will use spears mainly and miracles. Cleric is all miracle, so support. And then you have pyromancer damage, or sorry, that's sorcerer damage. Then it's pyromancer damage. And then if you want to be extra fun, the deprived, which just lets you completely build it from scratch. I don't even know how I could create this on the RPG Scribe, but I'm sure there's ways to do it. What app am I using? So this app is called RPG Scribe. I can't even read it. Hold on. Go to the App Store and search up RPG Scribe. So yeah, there it is. RPG Scribe in 3.5. It's got the light mode normally, which you can't even read. It's so bright. But I use the dark mode that they have in there. And what's nice is, so if you have iPhone, I don't remember where my file is at, so I'll just click here. So I can just share the file with you, and then once you save it to your files on your iPhone, you go to your app, and you go down to this button that has the 2 arrows, and then you'll hit import, and then you'll see your files. And if you're on a Samsung or a Galaxy, whenever you hit the import button, it'll take you to your Google Drive, I think. And since I send the file to Google Drive, you guys can just save that as your own copy, and then you'll be able to download it all. So I've had to do it multiple times with my players, so it's pretty easy to set up. If I get proficient in D&D, I'm making a Deep Woken D&D, no lie. I have to play Deep Woken with you, and then I could definitely help you with that. It would be pretty easy, honestly, if I think I know how Deep Woken really works based on what you told me and what I've seen on YouTube. It should be easy to set up, and of course dying, doesn't have to be permanent, because like you said, whenever the character dies, they go to another realm, and then they have to do a trial to leave. And so there could be a way to kind of figure that out. Let's see. Unless it results in death, damage isn't permanent. Rest can restore a creature's position. Magical methods such as a heal spell or does form of flask can remove damage in an instant. Okay, position gained is added to its current position pool. A creature's position pool can't exceed the total rolled at the start of combat during a combat encounter, or its maximum base position if outside of combat. As a result, any position regained in excess of the number are lost. For example, a cleric heals a knight for 8 position. If the knight has a current position of 14 with a base position of 20, the knight regains 6 position. Cleric, not 8. But yeah, you're totally right. Oh, shit, I missed the first one. It's a cool world, so it could have some cool campaigns. Yeah, I would just have to see it. I think, let's see here. I don't remember if Deep Woken is on Xbox, but if it is, I'll have to try it. We got 2 spells, which means we completed the core rule section. So now we're moving into magic and miracles. This is where the fun's gonna be. So first off, acquiring spells. When you buy spells, each spell level has a soul cost. Check this out. Check this out. Oh, 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 oh! Oh my god! Oh my god! You can read. You can read that, bro. Look at that. You can read that. Oh my god. Shut up, Deep. You know, it sounds really interesting. I need to play it. So we went over spell attunement a while back, obviously, so it doesn't work the way the base game has it set up, just because that way it adds, you know, stuff. It is technically on console, but please do not play on console. It's an oriented game. Oh, is it one of those games where you really need to be able to look around? And on console, you just can't look around fast enough for that stuff. Each magic user possesses. Oh, you know what I just realized? Is chat box not working? I gotta wait until you say something to see if it's working. I swear if chat box hasn't been working this whole time, I'm a freak. Just make that like 30 seconds. Let's see here. Each magic user class possesses a number of attunement slots. These slots tell you how many spells you can have available to you at any one time. The indicates how many attunements required. Attunement value of 3, then it takes up 3 attunement slots. In order to equip a spell, you must have the corresponding number of free attunement slots. If you do not, you cannot equip that spell. Which makes sense. For example, if you have 2 attunement slots, you can utilize 2 spells with a value of 1, or 1 spell with a value of 2. Aha, it does work. Spells abilities, it's very PC orientated. Yeah, that sounds about right. Sweet. I'm glad that my chat system is working. The little chat box. There's also a stream boss, which I didn't realize this. But whenever you guys would subscribe, which I'm pretty sure you guys did you not? Oh. Oh no. My mini feed wasn't connected to my YouTube for some reason. What? How? How was it not connected? It was supposed to be completely connected. I just realized my mini feed never updated when you guys subscribed because it was supposed to let me know if you guys subscribed. Well, shit. I'm not sure how to fix that now because looking for the old alert box settings, they changed the stuff without telling me? How dare they? How could they do this to me? Those absolute assholes. I mean, the chat box is working, but the what's it called? The alert box is just not there anymore. Where is the alert box at? Anyways, subscription tip tracker, chat box, jar credit, viewer count, spin wheel, sponsor banner, media share, call, chat highlight. There's not even a widget for. Or am I just stupid? Oh, it's right here. Alert box. So if I add a new one, add source. YouTube L? Yeah, something like that. Alert box. We'll just put a 1 next to it. Looking for the old settings. Here they are. Well, it shows it working. That's weird. I don't like that. I don't like that my mini feed is not working though, because the mini feed is what's supposed to be working. Was that loud? Shit, sorry. How do I turn that down? General settings. I actually have no idea how to turn down the settings on the widgets at all. Because I think there's supposed to be like a a widget setting for how loud it is. Let me see if I can find it so I can turn that down. They really not have a pause alert queue, skip alert. How does one go to mini feed settings? Layout editor, studio, overlays, app store, highlighter, recordings, dashboard, get help. Log out? Definitely don't want to log out, huh? Oh, here we go. We got audio, maybe? Desktop audio, desktop audio. Maybe I'd have to go to my desktop audio itself. Oh, here we are. I found it. I found it. So the alert box. Let's try putting it all to 20. Alert box, chat box, stream boss, tip tracker, emote wall, and then now if I were to test a subscriber, is that still loud? It sounded loud on my end, but I'm hoping it wasn't loud on the stream. That is still very loud. That's still so loud. That was at 20. How can that still be so loud at 20? Still pretty loud, maybe less. Let's try fucking 5. Whoops, not 52. 5. 5. Chip tracker 5. Emote wall 5. Okay. Now let's test it. How is it still so loud? It's at 5. Is it? Am I missing something? Turn it down to 1, dog. No difference. Yeah, it's still so loud. And desktop audio is not going to change that. Like, what else can I possibly do to make it quieter? Allow parries? What does that mean? New alerts will interrupt? No. I'm trying to remember how to change the sound. Because you had... I think I found it. Media volume was at 30 for this one. So if I test out bits now, which is for some reason not an option. Oh, I know why, because I'm on YouTube, so there are no bits. So if we do media as well. So subscribers is the one. And let's go to media. It's at 50. Let's turn all the way down to 20 for now. And then hit subscribe. That's not as bad, but it should still be much quieter. Alright. Oh, that's so much more manageable. What does it sound like now? Waiting for it to show up. Oh, never mind. I think I already did. Let me do it one more time. Might just have to turn it down to 5. Turn it down to, I think, 5. Yeah. That's all it took, was turning it down to 5. I cannot believe how loud that is. But then again, I don't think it's expecting my desktop audio. Well, my desktop audio is at -9 decibels. Like, I'm not even running everything at max decibels. Well, let's go to the chat box then. Or not the chat box, the alert box, and change all this stuff again to 5. So bits is at 5, donations is at 20. Let's change that down to 5. Merch, which there shouldn't be anything for merch. Turn that down to 5. Subscriptions, 5. 5, I said you. Follows, turn that down to 5. Super chats, 5. Grades, 5. Members, 5. Members, 5. There we go. Hit done. And then now I need to figure out why the mini feed isn't working. And I'm upset that I'm just barely noticing that none of that is working. Well, the only thing I need to figure out is what happened to my mini. But yeah, now it's much better. Ooh. That one was still really loud. Jesus, I had that on my phone and that was loud too. Jeez. I probably just blew you up for a second there. Mute event sounds. Skip. Pause queue. So how do I... Man, that sucks. All that time you guys could have been deaf from my subscriber notifications. Why is my mini feed? If your mini feed isn't working on Streamlabs OBS for YouTube, you can try these steps. Check your browser source. Make sure you've copied your browser source from the bottom right corner of every alert set and add it to your broadcast software for your new broadcast source. Oh, I might not have done that yet. As maybe the thing doesn't work anymore. copied your browser source from the bottom right corner of every alert set and added it to your broadcasting software as a new browsing source. Browsing source. I think I know what that means. I can promise you, I don't. I don't know what any of that means. Makes no sense to me. My small brain can't handle that kind of stuff. Oops. Log out, log back in. Simple. I'll just have to test it out later. I'm pressing charges for deafening me. You are subjected to an RNG game on Roblox for all of eternity. Hold on 1 second. Now I gotta open up Roblox to remember what that one game is called. Actually, I just remembered exactly what it's called. So what you're saying is, oh, I'm not fucking logging in. That's too much work. So what you're saying is, I gonna do the anime thing real quick to state that I have to play 21 for all of eternity on Roblox. I love that game. I played it with my buddy, and I just love playing that game with him. It's so much fun. Anyways, back to the topic at hand. Now that I'm done messing with Streamlabs when I shouldn't have been, I'll have to play with that another time. All right, let's see here. Just equipping spells, you can only do it during a long rest at a bonfire, which makes sense. Spell level, you just have to be the level that the spell requires you of. Casts, as simple as each cast is -1 to your overall cast, right? Some spells come with additional position cost. This is how many points of position a character must spend in order to cast the spell when in combat. Difficulty of summoning and wielding magic in battle rages around you in non-combat situations, blah, 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 blah. For example, a pyromancer wishes to cast fireball at the wooden door of an empty tower, blasting it open. They do not need to pay any position to do so, as they are not in combat. There are no hollows clawing at them, no clang of steel distracting them. Interesting. If the same pyromancer tries to cast fireball amid a frantic fight... Sorry, I'm really cross-eyed right now. Yeah. However, they need to spend 1 position to do so, overcoming distractions and dangers surrounding them. So it's basically their focus. Nope. Souls RNG. You're cooked. What is that? What is this SOLs you speak of? What is this SOLs that you speak of? SOLs RNG. What even is this? What are you? Who are you? What is you? Wait, is this like one of those stupid games where you just... Hold on. Now I gotta figure out what this is. It's pure brain rot. Alright, we're gonna experience some brain rot together. Hold on. Let's see how dumb this is. Dude, clean your phone. Oh, when's the last time you wiped your screen off? What is this? There's too much going on already. Roll. Cool, I'm a 1 in 8. I'm a natural. What does that mean? What even is this? There's just so much going on here. I hate it. Is this all it is? Just hitting roll over and over? Is this the whole point of the game? I wouldn't let you work. Look at what you did to me. You can purchase stuff. Oh, look, I got Divinus. What the hell? They have ads playing in the Roblox game? What is this? What is this? Is this what hell looks like? Oh, a coin. Get the shit out of here. Also, yes, my character looks like a furry. My girlfriend made that for me. Because we love wolves. Wolves are our favorite animal. I even have... where is it? I have to remember where I put it. Hold on. I forgot that I put it on the ear of my wolf. We both got little matching ones, and hers would go like right here, and I think it created a heart right under the mouth of both of them. I can't remember, or the snout. And this is back when she loved the color purple. However, now I would have colored that in blue. I was curious. I've never heard of it. Literally never heard of it. And now I know why, because it's trash. Now it's going to pop up in my recommended feed. Okay. Anyways, what else are we looking at? Oh yeah, we were here. Purple is my favorite color. It's... part of me kind of wishes she still loved purple, but the convenient thing about blue is now both of our favorite colors are the same color of my eyes, because I have blue and green hazel combo. Depending on my mood, it'll be more blue when I'm one mood, it'll be more green on the other, and then if I'm like really fucking pissed or depressed, it turns gray, which is pretty interesting. So this is not a game. It's literally just an awful experience. It's like one of those clicker tycoon games that you get on, like Cookie Clicker, but worse. That's the best way to put it. Crazy eyes, bro. Yeah, my eyes are fucking cool. I don't think I know where any photos are. I know I have photos of my eyes somewhere in my phone. Just don't know where. Let's see here. Each spell has an association casting time. Some spells can cast immediately, others require a few turns to spring to life, which is interesting, because this, unlike 5e, well, I shouldn't say 5e, because there are some spells that require like a minute and stuff, but in this game, there's a few spells that actively cost like 2 or 3 turns, which is weird. Some spells require you to maintain concentration to keep your magic active. If you lose concentration, the spell will end. Normal activities such as moving and attacking doesn't interfere with concentration. Casting another spell that requires concentration, taking damage, or being incapacitated or killed will break concentration. Other environmental events such as receiving breaks from a wall crumbling on top of you can also break your concentration. Why did I say breaks? I said receiving breaks, but it said receiving damage. Blue eyes, aka no color, is very reflective, so it matches what you're wearing oftentimes, if that's what you mean. If no, then you must be an anime character. I guess I'm an anime character, because no, it's not based off of the color I'm wearing. My eyes are... Let me actually draw you like a little sketch of how my eyes work. And I can do it at the bottom of this page. I don't have a blue eye. I'll just use a black one for now. So, you've got your eye. Let me... And then you have your pupil, right? My eye does like this weird thing. This, like an egg, and then this would be like green, and then I don't have blue immediately in front of me, so I'm going to use purple, because, oh no, I do have blue right here. Nice. Open. And then I've got like blue right here. Wow, this is a really deep blue. This color did not represent how blue it was actually going to be. I thought this was going to be a light blue. That works too. So that's kind of what my eye does. It does like some weird, crazy shit like that. And then what'll happen is that ripple effect in between the colors will go outwards or inwards. Um, kind of like how your pupil expands and dilates. I don't know if that's the same word. But it's basically what my eye will do. And it's pretty interesting. Your eyes is an enigma. I'll have to see if I can find a picture or probably just take a picture. Actually, hold on. Let me see if I can do it right now because it's not like it's hard. That does one flash. Hurts. Hurts my eyes. Let's just edit. I look so retarded. Just gonna mega crop this photo here to be the shape of my eyeball. And oh, hold on. Let me turn the warm off on my phone. And the brightness all the way down. Whoa, that's too much down. A little bit more brightness. That's kind of what it looks like. Here, I'll even put it in the Discord so you can see it better. I'll put it in the Derpy Wolfmaster one. Actually, I'll just DM it to you. It's easier that way. Mow. Mow. Mowa mowa. But yeah, so the green will take up more than the blue sometimes, and then, like right now, the blue is taking up a lot of it. And that could be because I am a tired little boy, so the blue is showing more than the green. Brilliant eyes, yes. I have a cool name, I have cool eyes. But that's pretty much all I got. Let's see here. Longer casting time. Certain spells require time to cast. When you cast a spell with a cast time longer than a single action or reaction, you must spend your action each turn casting the spell, and you must maintain your concentration while you do so. Whenever you take damage while you are concentrating on a spell, you must make a Constitution saving throw to maintain concentration. The DC equals 10 or half the damage equals 10 or half the damage you take, whichever number is higher. If your concentration is broken, the spell fails, but you don't expend the cast. If you want to try casting the spell again, you must start over. Bonus action. A spell cast with a bonus action, especially swift, you must use a bonus action on your turn to cast the spell. If you haven't already taken a bonus action this turn, you can't... Oh, wait. If you all... wait. I did read that right. If you haven't already taken a bonus action this turn, you can't cast another spell during the same turn. That's... What is that trying to tell me? I'm so confused. You must use a bonus action on your turn to cast the spell if you haven't already taken a bonus action this turn, period. You can't cast another spell during the same turn. Okay. Sorry, I was going really cross-eyed, missing my periods and my commas again. Doesn't help that I'm fucking Also very tired, boy. Reaction. Some spells can be. What did you say? I didn't read that. Lucky you, huh? I've always wanted cool eyes. I wish humans had more. That damn heart is still in the way, and I can't fucking read it. More of a color. Oops, I can't do that. Palette, like I've always wanted red eyes. Can people be naturally born with red eyes? I don't think I've ever seen anybody with brown. Sorry, brown. Red eyes before. I've seen brown, which brown, I guess, is just a really diluted version of orange. So it's close. Range, duration, targets, all makes sense, right? That's all normal D&D rules. AoE, area of effect. You have cones, cylinders, cubes, lines, and spheres. Saving throws. The DC to resist one of your spells equals 8 plus your spellcasting modifier plus your proficiency bonus plus any special modifiers. Boo. And your attack bonus with a spell attack equals your spellcasting ability modifier and your proficiency bonus. Cool. Not that that matters, I think. And then we're at the actual spells. Ooh. Yeah, they can be albino people, but it usually leads to problem with vision, and their pupils are also pink. Interesting. That is actually really interesting. Heard that would result in vision problems. I might be way too tired to be going through these spells right now. So next stream, tomorrow probably, if I'm not tired, we'll start going through the spells. Hopefully I start sooner than I did today. I started really late. You could also just had some sort of trauma to your eye upon being born, and blood can enter your iris. Ooh, that sounds absolutely lovely, doesn't it? You know what? This was just random chance. I want to talk about the healer's kit before I leave. So this kit is a leather pouch containing bandages, salves, and splints. This kit has 10 uses. A creature regains position equal to your wisdom modifier plus a number of the target creature's position. Creature's potion dice. That's weird. Equal to half their proficiency bonus rounded up. For example, when healing a level 3 bruiser, they regain 1d10 plus your wisdom modifier. Potion dice. I think that's a typo. No wonder why I was so confused. That's a typo. Yeah, you see that shit right there. It says potion. That's supposed to say position. Shit. There's still typos in this book. I mean, that doesn't surprise me. I think I already knew that. So, it's a wisdom modifier plus their position. So, the bruiser has a 1d10 hit dice. So, then that's just plus your wisdom modifier. Maybe that's why. Oh, you know what I did find out, by the way? So, I feel kind of like an idiot when it comes to spell casting modifier, because remember how I was saying it makes no sense that the spellcasting modifier for the cleric is wisdom, and the spellcasting modifier for charisma is pyromancy. And the reason why I said is because in the lore, the ability to use pyromancy is based on willpower alone, and will was resulted to wisdom. Well, my silly goober ass has never played a cleric before, so I did not know that the cleric uses their wisdom modifier when casting spells, whereas a paladin uses their charisma, which I thought was kind of interesting. Let me see if I can find it real quick. That specifically states it uses their wisdom, which makes sense because, you know, your wisdom is connected to your heal checks. I'm trying to remember. Let's just go to the spell list and then do like, or I guess that wouldn't matter either. You have an average attack bonus? That's interesting. I can't remember exactly where it's at. It should be just in the view offline, but it's somewhere in here. But somebody was telling me that the spellcasting modifier is wisdom for clerics. Let's see if I can find it. No, it's in here somewhere. Cleric casts divine spells, which are drawn from the cleric spell list, presented in the spell list or alignment, however, is restricted. To prepare a cast spell, a cleric must have a wisdom score equal to at least 10 plus the spell level. The difficulty class for the saving throw against cleric spells. Yeah, so it says wisdom. And if I go to paladin, you'll see where the fuck, there it is. Paladin, when viewing offline, does not use wisdom, and in fact uses, where is it? Grace, lay on hands, courage, mercy, find bond. Maybe it's up here, actually, and I'm just retarded. Maybe just retarded. But the spellcasting modifier for paladin is charisma, and I know that because I play paladin. Yeah, right here. Or no, sorry, that's Aurora of Good, which is based on the paladin's level. That's detect evil. That's smite. And then there it is. If the target is evil, the paladin adds her charisma bonus. It's all based on charisma. Just had me so confused. I think I'll still do it the way I want, because I don't understand how pyromancy would follow, possibly follow, or fall under, not follow, gosh, did that twice, fall under a charisma-based thing. Those are all the weird classes, but yeah. What is this? What is this, he says. Let me put my bookmark in here, and then I'll talk about what this is. First of all, let me zoom back out, because you're just looking at a really close part of my page. So, to answer your question of what is this, sorry, I was kind of going over some other things, but a Dark Souls role-playing game, which is a 5th edition compatible version of Dark Souls, basically. I'm getting ready to end, but you can go check out the other live streams if you want for this, or you can come back tomorrow. I should be going live and checking out the book again. So, or you could even, after I end the stream, what you can do is go and look up what is wrong with the Dark Souls RPG book. And you'll find a bunch of videos that talk about the first edition of this book, and I have the second edition. So, funny enough, I found a typo earlier. We were talking about that and then a couple other things, but yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm going through the whole book and reading the majority of what's on here. Now that we've gotten past the core rules, we're finally entering spells. I'm going to be taking everything and reworking it completely. Some of the rules we've changed, for example, is let's come over here. So you have things like, and don't worry about my chicken scratch because I am going to type this all on a Google document for people. So hollowing DC, whenever you die, you roll a wisdom saving throw to see if you gain a hollowing effect. I'm ignoring that rule because I'm going to allow players to remove those hollowing effects. Whereas in the base game, as far as I know, it doesn't state anywhere in the book that you can do that. So, yeah, but I'm going to go over all the spells. Coming over here, you got your weapons and armor and shields and stuff. I'm going to be going through all of everything that's in this entire book, and if there's something wrong with the effects, you know, how many casts you have. For example, the normal fireball, you only get 3 casts, which is silly because in the base game, like the first Dark Souls game, you get 8 casts of fireball, and I think Dark Souls 2 is the same thing. So some of the cast times are different, and with the RPG Scribe app, if I go to, let's see here, it's under spells and jump to my custom. You can see I've already added, sorry, my brightness is too high. You can see I've already added all of the Dark Souls spells, and here's the fireball, for example. So it's a level 1, costs 1 attunement, has 8 casts, was 3. And I put that in there to kind of point out like how silly that is. So it's got 8 casts. You create a small ball of flame, and this is the same description, however I scan texted it. So I will be going through these as I'm building it, and since I've already typed it all out, it'll be so easy to just go back and fix the descriptions if it didn't scan properly. But you create a small ball of flame and hurl it at a chosen target creature within range of 120 feet, which you can see right there on range. The enemy suffers 1d6 plus your spellcasting ability modifier fire damage or half damage on a successful dexterity saving throw against your spell DC. And making sure I was reading this, let me read off this. Your spellcasting ability modifier to fire damage or half as much damage on a successful dexterity saving throw against your spell DC. Perfect. So that one translated just fine. Come up to like Fire Orb, for example. This one's kind of interesting. So again, this is level 5, attunement 1, 3 casts. I left it there, which is fine. When you throw this magical Fire Orb, you may nominate a single target or area of the combat environment. On a successful magic attack roll, which I don't know why you're doing a magic attack roll whenever you wouldn't do it with a fireball, but that's interesting. The nominated target takes 46 fire damage or half damage on a successful dexterity saving throw against your spell DC. All creatures within 5 feet must make a dexterity saving throw, taking 2d6 fire damage if unsuccessful. On a successful saving throw, they only suffer half as much damage. And that's actually kind of cool. I like the idea of it doing massive damage to the person inside and then some damage outside. But yeah, stuff to kind of go through. You have Great Fireball, which I think is just an even better version of Fire Orb. Let me see. Level 12 spell. Nominate a target taking 12d6. Yeah, so 12d6 instead of 4d6. That completely jumps the damage by triple. And even everybody within 5 feet of that get triple the amount of damage at instead of 66, or sorry, instead of 2d6, 66. And you know, coming in here, Great Fireballs in the G's, so we'll come down to Great Fireball. Let's see, what does that say? 5 to 10 feet, which 5 to 10 feet kind of makes sense. It is an attunement too. Where does it say that? Right there. And it only has 3 casts as well, just like Fire Orb. And blah, 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 blah. And then all the same, basically, things as the other ones. And the DC is just your spellcasting DC, which means that your Fireball is going to be good as you level up, which is nice. Great Chaos does 18d6 damage. That's a level 17 spell. And that requires... or no, that only has 2 casts. And... duration is instantaneous, which it's supposed to be 1 action, I think. Oh no, casting time. So Great Chaos Fireball is a 2 action cast, and then Great Fireball and Fire Orb are 1 action. Now the weird thing about that is, why would you want to throw a Great Chaos Fireball for 18d6 damage when it costs 2 actions to do, when you could just throw 2 Great Fireballs at 12d6 each? And now you gotta read the description and figure out why. So on a successful spell attack roll, which again, you wouldn't do, doesn't make any sense, the original target and all creatures within 5 feet of the target must make a dexterity saving throw, with the original target suffering 18d6 fire damage and all other creatures suffering 8d6, which is more than that. Fire damage on a failure, or half as much on a success. For 1d6 plus 2 rounds, a pool of lava with a radius of 30 feet? What? That makes no sense. Why would a pool of lava with a radius of 30 feet appear at the center of the original target? A creature that enters the lava for the first time or starts its turn in the lava suffers 3d6 fire damage and the burning condition after the number of rounds rolled the lava finishes. 1d6 plus 2 rounds. 30 feet? Hello? And that's one of the things where it's like, okay, that needs changed. Because in what universe does that make sense? A 30-foot lava pool from that fireball. And with it being 2 actions, it's almost fair. However, what you can do is instead of 30 feet, just make it 10 feet. Pool of lava is this lava serpent, right? It should be 10 feet is the lava pool. That makes sense. 10 feet lava pool. And 1d6 plus 2 rounds is plenty enough. And instead of 3d6, maybe do 66. Or actually, let's reference Google for a second. So, how much damage does lava do in 5e? So lava does 20d6 fire damage every round. So instead of doing 3d6 or even 66, do half that. Just do 10d6 fire damage. And that's relatively fair. Or even 12d6. What did this say? 8d6? So yeah, 10d6 should be fair for the lava. And if not that, 3d6 is half of the... It's not even half. You could even jump it to 4d6. But, yep. But yeah, so we'll definitely have to pick up on this. And what did I write in the rules on the... for Great Chaos Fireball? Let's see here. Yeah, right there. I put 10 feet. 10 feet appears centered on the original target. A creature that enters lava for the first time or starts its turn in the lava suffers 3d6 fire damage and the burning condition. After the number of rounds rolled, the lava vanishes. And for it being a 2 action, I feel like the lava should do a bunch of damage anyways, especially since it does do a bunch of damage in the game as well. So you can melt a boss with that too, which is pretty nice, because you could hit the boss for 18d6 fire damage, and then the lava that just sits right on top of him. Full of lava is this. But yeah, we'll come back to this tomorrow. I hope I see you out. If not, then that's fine, because I'm gonna be doing my stuffs. Anyways, hopefully we see the other goons that showed up in the last stream. I will see you next time. It's time for Miko. Night night.